In this video, we're going to look at Excel 2013, Chapter 2, Part 2. The file that we're going to be looking at is called EO2B Weekly Sales. Click on it, open it up, enable editing. We have our file. Now, once again, it's EO2B Weekly Sales. We're going to begin by going down here to the first sheet, and we're going to rename it to Online. And for the second sheet, we're going to name it or rename it In Store. After renaming our sheets, once again, Online sheet, In Store sheet, we're going to activate the Online sheet. And I want to come to cell A16. And I want to change the format of that cell. Once again, it's showing a date, 6-3. But to change the format, what you do is you right-click, Format, click on Number, Date. I'm going to click on this one right here, 3/14/12. Click OK. So now we have the entire date showing. Right click, Format, come over here where it says Wednesday, where it's actually being spelled out. I'm highlighting this date right here, or this date format. Click OK. Now everything is all spelled out. Right click, Format, come back to the way it had looked previously. Click right here. Once again, it's showing you what the sample will look like. Click OK. Still, one other thing we want to show in terms of date. There's a shortcut menu to get today's date. And what that shortcut is by holding down Control, semicolon, to get today's date. So once again, Control, semicolon will give you today's date. Okay. Next, we're going to look at how easy it is to copy information from one sheet to another. We're going to do that by highlighting from A15 through A18. Right click, copy. Click on the sheet In Store. Click on cell A15. Right click and paste. Once again, so we're able to copy that information from the Online sheet right into In Store. And we could do the exact same thing with formulas or information on any particular sheet. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to look at this concept of grouping sheets. Once again, this idea of grouping sheets means that what you do to one sheet is copied over to the other grouped sheets. Okay, once again, I can make changes. If you've grouped a number of sheets together, I can make changes in one sheet, and those changes are copied over to the other sheets that are grouped together. So let's begin. We're going to click on the Online sheet. Then we're going to hold down the Shift key and then left click on In Store. You can see that they're kind of shaded. But more importantly, when you come to the top of the file, the file is listed along with this notation of group, which means that we have sheets that are grouped together. To remove the grouping, you hover over the sheets, right-click, ungroup sheets. Now to group online and in-store sheets, I would left-click on online, hold down the Shift key, and then left-click on in-store. And it's showing up. So once again, we're within Excel. We have our two grouped sheets. It's showing up here that everything is grouped. And what I want to do is go up here in A1, highlight all the way over to G1, click on Merge and Center. For my style, come over to Title, come down to A2 and highlight from A2 all the way over to G2, Merge and Center, Style, Heading 1. Next, I'm going to highlight from A4 all the way to G4. Make it bold. Come over here and click on Wrap Text. Next, I'm going to come down to cell B12, and I'm going to auto-sum the column Climbing Roses. So I'm here, auto-sum. The range is that I want to auto-sum from B5 to B11. Click the check mark. Then copy this pattern across. Release. Come up here in cell E5, and I'm going to auto-sum the information for Sunday having to do with climbing roses, patio roses, and tea roses. So I'm right here. Auto-sum. My range is from B5 to D5. Click the check mark. To double check my information, I can quickly double left click it. And it's showing me that I'm auto-summing from B5 to D5. I'm going to drag down that pattern or copy it, go into autofill, hold down my left mouse and drag down. And lastly, I'm going to go into cell G5 and I'm going to do a formula where I'm going to add my total rose sales plus my rose supply sales. So all formulas begin with an equal. Left click here, plus my rose supplies, which are right here, check mark. Now if I want to double check that, I can quickly double left click, and it's showing me graphically that my formula is E5 plus F5, which is another way of saying my total rose sales plus rose supply sales. Click the check mark, go to the fill handle, then copy this pattern down. Next, what I want to do is I want to highlight all of my numbers. And I'm going to change that to a counting format. So I've highlighted it. Dollar signs. I need to widen this column. So I'm going to come up here between F and G. I have my cross and double left click it. Click here. Everything is still grouped. So whatever I've done to one sheet has been done to the other sheet. Still grouped. To ungroup, hover over the sheets, right click, ungroup my sheets. As you can see, my in-store sheet, my online sheet, you can see where everything has been merged and centered. All my formulas have been done. What was done to one sheet was done to the other sheet. That's that whole idea of grouping. When you look up the file here, you can see that there's no longer anything denoting that it is grouped. Next, I'm going to go to the summary sheet. And on this summary sheet, we're going to use a reference formula. And the reference formula will basically retrieve information on the online sales sheet and also information on the in-store sales sheet. So we're going to use a reference formula. We're going to begin by going up to cell C5, and it's a reference formula. All formulas begin with an equal sign. And what I want to do is get the row sales based upon what's on the online sales sheet. So I want to get the row sales based upon what's on the online sales sheet. First step, equal sign. Next step, click on the online sheet. Total rows sales. Click here. My reference formula is basically showing equal to the online sheet and the value in E12, which is my total rows sales. Hit enter. And my number is appearing. If I click on it, my reference formula is telling me. It's looking back on the online sheet, value in E12, which should be rows sales. Next, let's click on D5. Equal sign. Online sales sheet, rows supply sales. So we're going to go to online, total rows supply, online, F12, rows supply sales, check mark. And it's telling me in that cell, it's based upon the online sales sheet in cell F12. Next one, equal sign, in-store sales sheet, total rows sales. So in-store, total rows sales, in-store, E12, row supply sales for the in-store sales. So formula equal in-store row supply should be F12. Next, I'm going to use some basic formulas to get our total sales. We can auto sum these two amounts. Same pattern. Auto sum row sales. Copy that pattern across. Let's take our title, highlight it through E1, merge and center. Subtitle, highlight it through E1, merge and center. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to insert, go to our Insert button, and we're going to insert Spock lines. So insert column Spock lines for that location here, and the data range would be from C to D. Hit OK. Go down here in cell B6, insert column Spock lines, and the range this time would be from C6 to D6. Hit OK. Now lastly, what we're going to do is we're going to prepare this for printing, and we're going to use our grouping commands to prepare it for printing. What I want to do is I want to prepare for printing all three sheets: online, in-store, summary. So I'm going to click on online, hold down my shift key, and left click on summary. All three sheets are grouped. That being said, I could now go up to page layout, margins narrow, orientation landscape. I'm going to come down here and click on page layout. And after doing that, I'm going to click in here for my left header. After doing that, I'm going to now click on design. So I'm in my left header, design, page number. Click in my middle header. Now click on sheet name. Then click on Go to Footer. And for my footer, I'm going to left click on File Name. By holding down the Control key and F2, I go to my Print Preview screen, showing me my document. As you can see here, we have page numbers, sheet name, file name. Click over here, our second page, the in-store sheet. Click here for our third page, our summary, the sheet name, third page file name. Thank you.